Hey everyone, sorry I'm late by a week. I went to a convention last weekend and had to prepare a panel for it, and then had to go through some personal stuff in the latter part of the week. So, welcome to Top 3 Games of March 2016. The first game on the list is the fourth in a series, and it's the first I've known of it. Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight by Bombservice. Luckily this game is a prequel, so if we didn't play the other ones, we're not missing too much. I'm gonna just call this game Reverie in short. Basically, Reverie is about a priestess fighting to save the land from a curse of evil, resurrection, and corruption. This game is more focused on melee combos, dodging, and spells rather than being a straight-up platformer. The devs even stated that they made this game just to improve on the gameplay and also the art. Which, if you take a look at the other games in the series, such improvements are very prevalent. After watching some gameplay, my first thought was that it seemed like a 2D Dark Souls game. It seems to be what many other people thought too. And the thing is, that's not true, as the game doesn't have shields and you carry a fast-firing bow as a secondary weapon. For the similarities though, I would say that the game has a definite influence of Bloodborne, without the health regain chance, and a couple of other things. The game is close enough to a Souls-esque style and different enough to stand alone. With that said, the art and gameplay is what drew me in. That of course being the two aspects the devs improved upon. So, bravo guys on that. As for the user reception, Reverie currently retains a 98% out of 480 reviews. Customers praise the gameplay and the pixel art, which I expected. They also highly note the game's level and boss design and the dodge mechanics. Some customers talk about how Reverie sometimes felt like it ripped off of Bloodborne, but in all the good ways. Few customers comment that it overall tries to be a mix of Souls and Metroidvania, succeeds decently, but improvements could be made and it could be a bit more challenging. Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight. I just realized I said that name wrong all this time. Anyway, the game was only $10, so if you want a slightly shifted Souls-like game going into the 2D realm, check this one out. Next, I'd like to give a semi-quick shout-out to an honorable mention. This game is the Count Lucanor by Baroque Decay. Here we have Hans. He has left home in search of fortune, but this search carries a price that may outweigh any fortune. The Count Lucanor is a puzzle adventure horror that's a mix of 2D Zelda and Silent Hill. Saying that should get anyone who's up for that excited. I know, because that's what it did for me. This game currently retains a 95% out of 100 reviews. It's only an honorable mention due to how it's stacked up with the rest of the games, but I just couldn't leave it out. So if you want a retro-style horror game, check out the Count Lucanor. The next game of the month is a bizarre one, and yet another in a series. Welcome to the surreal space adventure of Samorost 3. The art of this game is just so strange and breathtaking at the same time. After viewing only a minute of the game, I knew it had to be here. The original Samorost started as a free browser game dating all the way back to 2003. Wow, that's a long time. In Samorost 3, you follow a space gnome who uses his powers of a magic flute. At this point, nothing really should surprise you anymore. So this gnome uses that flute to discover the flute's origins. The game was a point-and-click that strongly emphasizes the use of music for puzzle solving. Aside from the awe-inspiring artwork, the musical puzzles coupled with the beautiful music also helped put Samorost 3 on this video. I just can't believe this game series has been under my radar all this time. Now for the users who braved and reviewed this final frontier. Samorost 3 holds a 96% out of 300 reviews. Customers praise the art style, artwork, music, and the overall cohesiveness of the puzzles. The game does, however, cost a pretty penny, around $20 for just a 5-hour game. Yeah, I know that seems pretty expensive for a point-and-click, but here's how I see it. You're paying for the extremely artistic visuals and the beautiful music that's all wrapped up in a game. And for just $5 more, you can actually get the art book and the soundtrack to view and listen to. So despite the slightly steep price, Samorost 3 is a great entry in an incredibly bizarre and beautiful point-and-click series. Please check out a little gameplay and make the decision for yourself, then wait for a sale to purchase the game. The last game of the month comes from many aspects of the games mentioned before, even the honorable mention. Here is a game that mixes polished combat, a large 2D Zelda influence, amazing art, great music, and puzzle mechanics. Here is Hyper Light Drifter by Heart Machine. Now this is a game that has had quite a bit of momentum of hype for a while now due to its widely successful Kickstarter campaign from September of 2013. 3 years of development brings what you see now. What first caught my eye was the cool art style and seeing the little drifter doing that little laser dash around. And also seeing that laser dash can be used for traversing obstacles and in combat. After watching a little more of it, I thought about all the games that may have influenced it, and the awesome product of said influence. After reading that players are able to upgrade weapons, learn skills, and participate in a non-linear storyline, drew me to the point of telling all of you about it. Now let's see if that kickstarted hype lives up. Hyper Light Drifter has a very positive rating of 91% out of 2,000 reviews. Now, after reading some of the reviews, I reached the conclusion that this game has more of a Dark Souls influence, where timed attacks are key, rather than a Zelda one. Many of the customers note that the game may appear like Zelda, but it only does so in appearance and the concept of discovery that, Dark Souls kind of took from Zelda anyway. It is a game that may not be for everyone, so without me even knowing it, I picked another Souls-inspired game. Well, Dark Souls 3 comes out in a day or two, so hey, last month was gearing us up for Dark Souls month, or whatever, So, with that, the majority of the customers give kudos to the polished gameplay, exploration, and art styles, and I agree with them. So, check out Hyper Light Drifter for the price of $20. Even without a sale, I'd say it looks worth it. That'll do it for top 3 games of March 2016. What was your favorite game last month? Yeah, I realize I didn't include any of the critic reviews, but if a game interests you, then I'm just saying what the masses think, so you can judge on your own. If any of these games sparked your interest at all, please leave a like. That's all from me. Have a great one, and enjoy Dark Souls 3 when it drops. I know I will.